Good morning, students. Welcome back to Maths Online class. So, you have successfully completed your assessment too. I hope all of you have performed the assessment very well. So, we can enter to the next session. We are going on to the next chapter. So, before saying about the chapter, let me give you an introduction. So, when we are studying maths from smaller class onwards, we are starting with numbers, isn't it? The basic thing we are starting from smaller class is the concept of numbers. So, how far you have studied about numbers? First, you have studied the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Isn't it? What we call these numbers? That counting numbers is that group of numbers, set of numbers is known as what? Natural numbers. So, what are natural numbers? What we use for counting 1, 2, 3, etc. Now, if I add 0 to this set of natural numbers, what I will get? If 0 is included in the set of natural numbers, we are getting another set of numbers. What are they? Yes, whole numbers. So, when we are adding 0 to the set of natural numbers, we are getting whole numbers. So, what is there not in natural number? Yes, 0 is not a natural number. In the set of natural numbers and whole numbers, there is no 0 in natural number. So, to the set of natural number, I added 0. So, I got whole number system. Next, to the set of whole number system, I am adding some negative and positive numbers. What we call this? Negative integers and positive integers. So, I added some negative and positive integers. What we get the next number system? That is called integers. So, to the counting numbers or to the natural number system, I added 0. So, I got whole number. Then to the whole number system, I added some negative and positive integers. So, I got integers. Next, what type of numbers are this? Yes, fractions, isn't it? 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4. This means you have a numerator and denominator. Then that means it's a fraction. Have you seen negative fraction? Yes, there are negative fractions. So, where can we include these negative fractions and positive fractions? That means these type of numbers, which number system we have to include? We cannot include in natural numbers, whole numbers or were integers. So, where we will include these numbers? For that, we are having a number system. What is that? Rational numbers. So, our next chapter is rational numbers. So, what are rational numbers? Numbers having the form P by Q. Numbers having the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is non-zero. Q is non-zero means Q is not equal to 0. Why Q is not equal to 0? Have you studied the division by 0? Have you divided any number by 0? No. Division by 0 is not defined at all. That is why Q is not equal to 0. So, rational numbers include all the numbers of the form P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0 and P and Q are integers. Integers means, you know what are integers, right? It can be negative integer or positive integer. So, understood what is rational number? All the numbers of the form P by Q. In other words, we can say all fractions are included in rational numbers. So, whether 0 is a rational number? Yes, 0 is a special rational number. Why means 0 can be expressed in the form P by Q. 0 can be written as 0 by Q, isn't it? Any number, 0 divided by any number is 0 itself. You have studied it, isn't it? Any number multiplied by 0 and 0 divided by any number is 0. But any number divided by 0 is not defined. Children, keep in mind, division by 0 is not defined. But 0 can be divided by any number. But the answer will be always 0 itself. So 0 can be expressed as 0 by any number you can write. So 0 is a special rational number. So these are some rational numbers: 4 by 7, 1, 4 by 3, 2, 8 by 10. These are some positive rational numbers and negative rational numbers. You know what is negative integers and positive integers, right? The same concept here: negative rational numbers and positive rational numbers. So what is a number system? The basic number system is natural numbers, the counting numbers. To that set, if we added 0, we got the next number system, whole numbers. To that system, we are adding negative integers and positive integers are already in whole numbers, isn't it? So we are adding negative integers. So we got the next number system, integers. To that, we are adding negative p by q, or numbers of the form p by q. That number system is included in the rational numbers. So in rational numbers, all integers, whole numbers, natural numbers, everything are included. Now, how can we write negative 5 in the form of a rational number? Negative 5 can be written as negative 5 by 1, isn't it? 1 is not equal to 0. That means we express negative 5 in terms of p by q form. Then we can say negative 5 is a rational number. Similarly, negative 11 can be written as negative 11 by 1, where 1 is not equal to 0. So all the integers can be expressed in the form p by q. So we can say rational numbers include integers and fractions. So in rational numbers, what all we have? Integers and fractions. Now, equivalent rational numbers. What is meant by equivalent rational numbers? You have studied the concept of equivalent fractions. The same concept here. Here only the difference is that fraction number will be having both negative and positive. That is only difference. Equivalent fractions you are finding by the same. How will you find equivalent fraction? By multiplying the given fraction with numerator and denominator with the same number. Similarly, equivalent rational numbers also we are finding in the same way. One example we can see. By multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same non-zero integer, we obtain equivalent rational number. One example we can see. Negative 2 by 3. We are finding two equivalent rational numbers of 2 by 3. For that, I multiplied the rational number negative 2 by 3 with any number. So I am starting with 2 here. I got the first equivalent rational number, negative 4 by 6. Then negative 2 by 3 I multiplied with 3. I am getting negative 6 by 9. So you can find equivalent rational numbers either by multiplying or by division method. Division method, one example I will show you. 24, negative 24 by 36. So here the numerator is having a negative sign. So here I know 24 and 36 is having a common factor. So I first divided both the number with 2. So I got the first equivalent fraction, negative 12 by 18. Then I found the second equivalent fraction by taking negative 12 by 18. So I divided again with 2. 2 is the common factor in 12 and 18. So negative 12 and 18 divided by 2, I got negative 6 by 9. Now negative 6 and 9, they are not having 2 as a common factor. Instead 3 is having a common factor. So that rational number I divided with 3 and I got negative 2 by 3. Now there is no more common factors between negative 2 and 3. So 3 equivalent rational numbers of 24 by 36, negative 24 by 36 are negative 12 by 18, negative 6 by 9 and negative 2 by 3. So in this way you are finding the equivalent rational numbers. Either by multiplying or by dividing you can find the equivalent rational numbers. Now, positive and negative rational numbers. Which all rational numbers you will say positive and which all rational numbers you say negative, that we can discuss. A rational number is having the form p by q, isn't it? A denominator and a numerator it will be having. When we say they are positive rational number means when both the numerator and the denominator are positive integers, then we say they are positive rational number. When both numerator and denominator are positive integers, then we can say they are positive rational numbers. Now, if either numerator or in the denominator we have a negative integer, then both the type is known as negative rational number. Either in numerator or in denominator you have a negative integer, then that rational number is a negative rational number. For example, negative 5 by 7, negative 3 by 8, negative 9 by 5. Here you have negative sign in numerator part. Here 8 by negative 3, 6 by negative 5, 2 by negative 9. This all you have negative integer in denominator part. So these are negative rational numbers. Now, if both numerator and denominator is having negative sign, then we can say that is a positive rational number. If both numerator and denominator is having a negative sign, they are called positive rational numbers. How they are called, that I will say. In negative 3 by negative 5, I can take negative 1 outside, isn't it? From negative 3, I can take negative 1 outside. So, 3 into negative 1 is negative 3. Similarly, in negative 5, I can write 5 into negative 1. So, I can take negative 1 common. Now, if I cancel negative 1 and negative 1, what is remaining? 3 by 5, where 3 and 5 are positive. So, it's a positive rational number. So, if both numerator and denominator is having a negative sign, then we can say that it is a positive rational number. Now, if the denominator is having a negative sign, I said it is a negative. How it is coming? Multiply that rational number with negative 1 in numerator and denominator. 8 into negative 1 is what? Negative 8. Negative 3 into negative 1. You know, negative into negative is positive. This all concept you have studied, isn't it? In integers chapter you have studied all this concept. So, negative into negative is what? Positive. So, 8 by negative 3 is same as negative 8 by 3. So, when you have a negative sign in denominator, you can say that negative sign is applicable to whole rational number. So, that 8 by negative 3 is also equal to negative 8 by 3. So, understood what is a positive and negative integer? If both numerator and denominator is having negative sign or positive sign, then they are positive. And also, if either numerator or denominator is having a negative integer, then it is a negative. That is, if both numerator and denominator are having positive integers, then they are positive rational numbers. Similarly, if both numerator and denominator is having negatives integer, then also they are positive rational numbers. If either numerator or denominator is having negative integer, then it is negative rational number. So, winding up today's class, today we discussed about the new number system, rational numbers. So, what are rational numbers? All the numbers which can be expressed in the form of P by Q, where Q not equal to 0 are rational numbers. Then we studied the equivalent rational numbers. Also, what are positive and negative rational numbers. Copy down the notes given and attend the test paper. We'll meet with the next concept of this chapter in the next video. Thank you.